It says we're live, so I guess we're live on YouTube. Ah, here we are back again. Happy Psychic Sunday. Come on into the cafe, grab your coffee or tea, and pull up a chair. Yeah, it says it. You didn't just imagine that. It actually says America Online. Okay, so we're dating ourselves. You know, Mm. Grab your tea or coffee, pull up a chair, and hang out with us. It's going to be a fun show. We're talking about doing guided meditations, guided visualizations with tarot, or really any cards, oracle cards, even learn them on,
Yeah,
anything visual. And we're gonna do a guided meditation into the Hermit card today. Ooh, stay tuned for that. Get ready. Make sure you have a comfortable chair to sit in, and you can do it lying down, but you might fall asleep. And that's fine. That's fine. But if you have a really comfortable chair, but you're upright, that works the best. You know, make sure you take care of all the distractions, turn off the phone, the notifications, the spouse, the children, the dog, the cat.
oh
Um,
yeah.
you might want to set the scene, maybe close the blinds on the window and put the lighting down a little bit for it. We'll get into that in a little bit. And also, you can put your specific question here in the chat in YouTube. If you're not, if somehow you're not on the channel in the chat room, just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/live. That's psychic.cafe/live. It'll take you right in. You can join us in here. Pop your questions in the chat. If you don't have a specific question, you can also ask for a message from the universe. Grab us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee, or send us a super chat right there where you type in your comments.
I
And
want to play on that.
we'll take your question first, and we'll spend more time with you. Yeah. Yeah. So the guided visualization we're doing today, we're going to go into the Hermit card. So I thought I'd do that as the card of the day too, as well. So here's the Hermit card from the Grand Lux Tarot on the left and the Waite Smith on the right. And this is a pretty famous card. It's been on album covers and all kinds of places, t-shirts. It's all over the place. Everybody knows the Hermit card if they don't know anything else about tarot, right? I love the Grand Lux Hermit. It looks so three-dimensional. You can see how the lantern and his hand is extending beyond the border. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we get into talking about doing visualizations with cards. But the Hermit card generally advises solitude, introspection, and a focus on inner guidance. It suggests a time to retreat, reflect on your life path, and connect with your inner wisdom. Trust your intuition and seek clarity by turning inward rather than relying solely on external advice. Although I have to mention, sometimes the card comes up when you should be seeking advice from somebody who's been where you've been. The Hermit encourages you to seek answers within yourself and to embrace a period of solitude for personal growth. Growth, can't talk. It's going to be bad for the meditation if I can't talk. Um, and that's perfect for what we're doing with guided visualizations into cards. That's what you're doing. You're seeking answers within yourself. It's your subconscious that you're working with. So there you go. Card of the day. Awesome sauce. Dan's in the chat. It's really quiet. And it's not even a holiday weekend like it was last weekend.
Yeah, yeah. But
I
it's still early.
I see you've changed your background yet again. This is number 532.
No, it's
Uh-huh.
530. 1.5.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've never seen anybody change their background as much as Michelle.
Yep. I like to keep it.
I bet she moves furniture a lot too.
Mhm.
Yes, we do. We're always
Yeah.
rearranging.
So Dr. Rose was going to join us, but she has some issues with mom, and she's going to join us in the chat in a little while, hopefully. And same with Charlotte. Uh, Charlotte was on yesterday. I sent out the promotions everywhere. Boy, it's quiet. Really crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Dax, look at my hermit card.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me make it bigger so I can see it. Solitude. Oh. Yeah,
I love that.
I forgot to put Pamela's card from the um which deck was I thinking? The Steel Wizard, I think. Uh,
Witch deck. Did you just call her a witch?
and what's wrong with that?
Not a darn thing.
Yeah. Oh, can you show the cards again, Pam?
Um,
See, they're
Oops.
awesome.
They are beautiful.
this
Yeah.
guy doesn't have a lantern. Oops, other guy. He doesn't have a lantern. I gave him a glowing crystal.
That's the same thing. It's close
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, and this guy was the poster art for the very first Northwest Tarot Symposium.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And that's how the deck even came into being because, oh, is that your next deck? I was still busy getting the wizard's pets on the shelves and I kept saying, not
Mm-hmm.
yet. It took a while, but I finally got it done.
Mm. So we'll wait for some more people to come in, post their questions in the chat and so forth. We can get into the topic. Oh, what did Dan say? Gandalf did not need a lantern. That's right. He had the glowing wand or
Yeah.
staff anyway. Same thing. Pamela had the right idea like 20 years before Lord of the Rings came out.
Yeah.
She knew what was going to go on. So today we're talking about guided visualizations with tarot, or you can call them guided meditations. It's all hypnosis, folks. Um, and of course, there's tons of guided meditations out there. You don't need cards to do it. I think it just enhances the process. I started using them for meditating 30 years ago. And the funny thing is, Michelle's next show is about anybody can meditate. And it fits perfect in that you can use cards for that. And of course, we're talking about tarot cards, but you can use oracle cards. You can use even Lenormand cards and Kipler,
Yeah.
Kipper.
Kipper.
I always get that one wrong. Yeah. So I like the cards with borders on them. Here's two versions. The one on the left is from Ciro Marchetti's Grand Lux, and the traditional hermit card on the right from Waite Smith. What I love about what Ciro did, and it's not on every card, I don't think, but it's on a lot of them in the Grand Lux. Different symbols or parts of the image go beyond the border, and it gives this three-dimensional aspect to it. So I think it's particularly good for doing guided visualizations. And you don't have to use cards with borders on them, but I like it because it makes it look like a doorway or a window, or my favorite word for it is a portal to another world. That's what I like about using cards that have borders on them, and you can take a trip into the card. And in fact, we're going to do that with the hermit card in just a little bit here, but I want to get everybody's perspective on this. Michelle and Pamela, have you guys did meditations or guided visualizations with your cards? Michelle has not.
I have not.
Okay. What
Actually,
about you,
she
Pam?
has. She just doesn't realize it.
That's right. You can't,
No, no, seriously, because whenever
can't you?
she's creating that rune deck, she
Mhm.
was in there. You
That's
live and
true.
Mm.
experience everything that you do. Okay. So for instance, when I was drawing the pictures for the Steel Wizard, um, I would be you actually literally live every image you create.
That's so
And when
true.
you're done, you're either beat up, wrung out, enlightened, or you need chocolate and red meat. One of them anyway. But yes,
Yes.
she has done them. She just didn't realize what she was doing.
Sure, sure. And I know Michelle uh might not have been diagnosed with it, but she might have aphasia where your mind's eye can't create images. But they found that you your subconscious is still making the image. It's still there. And we did a whole show on this, and there are techniques you can work with to try to be able to actually see the images in the mind's eye. So today, when we do the visualization, don't worry if you don't get a picture. I got to tell you, um, I don't always get like vivid, full color, 4000K, images in my mind. A lot of times it's foggy, it's, not crystal clear in black and white. Often, if I get color at all, it's very subdued. Everybody visualizes differently,
Yeah.
the images they see. And if you don't typically see pictures when we do the meditation, all you have to do is pretend you're seeing it. And part
Just
of the,
use your memory.
yeah, part of the process involves looking at the card, closing your eyes, looking at it again. We'll get into that. And um, you're remembering the different symbols, the different parts of the scene, the colors, and so forth. And don't worry if you don't get the picture; it'll still work.
It's kind of like when you're learning to draw. I can teach anybody to draw. I don't care what they say. And
Mm.
I won a lot of money, especially from my
God,
mom.
teach me, teach me.
I can teach you. It's really not that difficult because it's called when you're drawing, when the creative process is going, you're working on the right side of the brain, and that's what you tap into when you meditate. This side has no description, which is why I have trouble with guided meditations. I'm just following the images, but then I'm very visual in that respect. But on the other hand, what you can do is whenever you learn how to shut off the part of your brain that looks at something and defines it like, oh, that's a rose, that's a chair,
Mm.
that's the sky, whatever. And instead, the right side of your brain simply logs in there and it doesn't have a word for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to describe it like a rose, it's a convoluted, vibrant, passionate color that, your brain can try, but
Yep.
it can't express that. So when you
Mm.
are really into a deep meditative state, what I have found, because I really kind of suck at it, I got a brain like a monkey on nitrous oxide. Um, but what it will do is it will shut off the verbal, and then it's just that existence of being and experiencing at the source.
Exactly. Yep. And what else did I want to say? So, um, we were
You can't
talking
do it wrong.
we were talking about the cards, especially with borders appearing as a doorway, a window, or a portal. You can almost step into the image. And again, that's why I really, really like the Grand Lux deck. Uh, you want to ask yourself, okay, what is your question or problem? What are you seeking to know? And depending on what you're trying to do, you might be doing visualizations, guided meditations in the cards for different things. So you choose a card that fits the scenario, and that's the one you do the guided meditation in. And you can do it with or without somebody guiding you into it. All right. I typically like to use music subdued in the background. I have tracks with binaural beat patterns in it. If you don't know what binaural beats are, it's a slightly different frequency in each ear, and it, we have the left side of the brain, the right side of the brain, and it brings it together in the center, and you naturally go into a light alpha state. So it really helps. But because we're doing this over Zoom, I thought that was going to be too technical, at least for this. If you want me to do guided meditation recordings in the future, I'll do that. And that will include the soundtracks and everything. But you can always put music on. So YouTube's got tons of meditation music that's free that you can just play. And it's best if you use a headset if it says that it has binaural beats in it, so that you get the left and the right frequencies. But you can use stereo speakers and just have, the correct right side, left side, and that'll work fine. You can put that on. You want to set the scene. So maybe you want to light a candle. Maybe you want to darken the room. Of course, remove all distractions, phone, devices, notifications, spouses, animals, children, other people. Tell them to, give you 15 minutes or however long it's going to be. Sit in a comfortable chair. You may also lay down on your bed or somewhere, but you may fall asleep. But that's okay. That's okay if you fall asleep during a meditation. You'll wake up when you're ready. Charlotte just came in. Hey, Char. And let's see. What else do we want to talk about? So for this visualization, go ahead and think of what your question is or problem that you want to work on. Now, if you don't have one, that's okay too, because your subconscious mind knows what you need and what you're seeking. Okay. You don't want to listen to this while driving or operating machinery. So if you're listening to this in archive, if you're driving, wait till you get home and get in that nice, comfortable chair. Don't use machinery, anything with a blade, and just, set yourself up for success by setting up the scene. It's like we talked about before about setting up for a reading, Okay. So here we are. We're going to go into this meditation, and Michelle and Pam are going to turn off their cams so you can see. Let me ask you guys real quick though. How does my audio sound?
Your audio sounds good. Yeah, I don't have any issues.
Sounds
Okay.
fine.
Okay, just checking because I'm bringing the mic a little closer so I can do the meditation, and I don't have a breath guard, so I don't want it sounding odd or anything like that. Okay, so everybody get ready for this. Now you can pick either card to go into. I'm going to be using Ciro Marchetti's Grand Lux on the left. I'm going to be using that image. So if you want to follow along with me, but if you prefer the Waite Smith image, go for it. Perfectly fine. Okay, so let's get ready for this. Take in a deep breath and slowly exhale through the nose. That's right. Look at the card and take in the image. What colors do you see? Notice the hermit, his braided hair, the lantern. Is that a candle inside? The river, the mountains. Take it all in. Now take another deep breath, and yes, out through your nose slowly. Close your eyes and remember the card. Don't worry if you don't get an image. Pretend you see it. Remember all the details. And when you're ready, take another deep breath and open your eyes. Scan the card again. Notice what details you may have missed. That's right. Take your time. Notice the details, the colors, the symbols. Now take another deep breath. Exhale through your nose slowly and close your eyes. See the card in your mind's eye, or imagine that you do. Remember all the details. Now imagine or pretend the card is growing larger in your mind's eye, larger and larger. It gets as big as a doorway. Move closer to the portal. Closer. Closer still. The scene in the image gets more and more vivid. It's so real now, as if you could just step inside. Get closer and step over the threshold into the scene. That's right. The portal is behind you now, and you see the hermit. He smiles and greets you. You notice there's so much more in the scene now. You see the hermit's cabin to the right. You notice you're on top of a mountain. You even feel the cool, chilly air. It smells so clean and crisp. There's a table to the right as well, with another lantern on it, like the one the hermit is holding, and other objects. The hermit approaches and asks why you come to see him. You tell the hermit why you are here, what you seek. If you know what that is, tell him in your mind now. If you aren't sure, don't worry. Your subconscious knows why you're here. Let your subconscious tell him. He smiles again and walks to the table and puts down his lantern. He picks up a small box. It looks like a wooden treasure chest, inlaid with metal, and he walks towards you. What you seek is in here, he says. He opens the box. There's a glow from within. Inside is what you seek. You may know what that is, and you may see it, or you may not, but your subconscious knows. You reach in and take a hold of the object or what it is you need and remove it from the box. The hermit closes the box and you thank him for his wisdom. You take one last breath of the cool, crisp mountain air and turn towards the portal. Approach the portal now. That's right. And cross the threshold safely back into our world. You turn and face the portal and scene, slowly stepping back, and further back. What you need is still with you. You brought it with you. The scene gets smaller and smaller back to the size of the card. Now I'll count from 1 to 5, and you can slowly and comfortably return to your space. 1, reorienting to the room you're in. 2, becoming more alert. 3, take a deep, refreshing breath of air. 4, as you breathe out slowly through your nose, getting ready to open your eyes. 5, eyes open, wide awake, feeling good. Well done. We did it. We did it. There we go. a quick and easy guided visualization into the Hermit card. And now, whenever you need to do that, you can just go to this spot on the recording and play it in your room, when you're ready to do another visualization, and go in there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
It's fun. It's kind
It
of fun.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can use this for like so many things. Gonna move the mic over here and grab my tarot cards. What about everybody in the chat? Did anybody follow along? If you did the meditation with us, let us know in the chat. What were you seeking? Do you know? And what did you receive? Do you know what that was? Sometimes it's unexpected. Another thing I want to say about the visualization before we move on here on today's show is that if you didn't get something right away during the visualization, sometimes hours later or days later, it comes to you. It'll come to your conscious mind from your subconscious.
Yeah.
Also, how it'll happen for some folks is when you go to dream tonight or tomorrow night or the next day, it'll come to you in your dreams what it was you were seeking and what you found in the box. Did you guys enjoy that?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have to do more.
I agree. I enjoyed that.
There's one I like to do about or with the Wheel of Fortune about cycles of life.
Mm.
And the High Priestess is really a good one to use. What I like the High Priestess for is when you're developing your psychic ability and you want to get better at intuition.
Yes.
You can do a guided visualization into the High Priestess card. So there you go, guided visualizations, guided meditations. Let's see. Lots of people in the chat. Dr. Rose made it in. Don's is in
Dr.
there.
Rose.
Don's, Jimmy, Charlotte, Dan. Who else? Did I miss anybody? If you have questions, you just go ahead and put them in the chat. If you don't have a specific question, you can just ask for, can I get a message from the universe? All righty. So before we get into that, though, I want to mention it is the last day for the Memorial Day sale. Yes, we extended the Memorial Day sale, but it ends this weekend, actually tonight at midnight. It's our lifetime membership. We brought lifetime membership back. Membership in the guild is usually $78 a year, which is about the cost of a latte a month. But with the lifetime membership, you pay once and you're signed up for life. And we're including your professional certification. That's typically $138 per level. And then my tarot and numerology course, Tarot by the Numbers, is $299. That's included free as well. And the sale is one payment of $99.99. And that is it. And you're signed up for life. Go over to psychic.cafe/memorial to grab the special. I'm going to pop that in chat. First, I'm going to pop in psychic.cafe/coffee. That's where you can grab us a cup of coffee if you're enjoying the shows. And then memorial, there, that's our sale. Pop over and grab that before it goes away at midnight. Yes. Also, upcoming shows. So we typically don't do a show on the first Saturday of the month. Now, this month is a little unusual because we have 5 Sundays, and the first is today, starting on a Sunday. So the first Saturday will be the 7th, and I have a meeting I go to, so we always take this first Saturday off. But we're also going to take the second Sunday, the 8th, off next week. So the whole weekend we're taking off. Our next show will be Wednesday the 4th, coffee social, and also June 11th we'll have a coffee social, and then we'll be back on Saturday, June 14th, Michelle's Mystic Corner. Anyone
Woohoo.
can meditate, especially if you use cards, as we just did. And then on that Sunday, the 15th, Father's Day, some wild and funny things happen with clients and readings. So that's going to be a real fun show. Again, there's our coffee link. You can send us a super chat right there on YouTube if you're with us live right now, or just go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. Send us $5, $10, $15, whatever. And also, we want to invite you to become a host on the network. If you ever thought about doing your own podcast, YouTube show, but you're a little worried about that learning curve, well, we've been doing this for 16 years, so we will help you all the way through it. Yes. And the Tarot Guild, yes, still celebrating 20 years of the Tarot Guild, folks. Awesome. Let's see. Dan's he's putting a whole bunch of pink hands in there.
No questions for you, Dan.
No questions for you. So Maria's asking, when do you see me moving to another apartment?
Wow.
The place I live in now, I inherited. My mother needs to sign this. Do you see me moving next year? Who wants to pull cards on that?
I can do it. I've got mine spread out and ready to rock.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. For Maria, regarding a move. Give me a card. Ah, at this particular juncture, no. But that's because there's other work that you need to be doing. And
Ah.
as far as your mom goes, I don't understand what you mean about she needs to sign something.
Mm.
Does she need to sign to get you out of the apartment or into a new one? Or do you know where you want to move to? Blah, 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 blah. It'd be interesting. Because eventually, yes, you will be moving, but it will probably be next year. There again, first card I pull for you is the Six of Swords. Oh, stupid blind. Is the Six of Swords reverse, which means you've got a lot of cleaning up and work to do there. Now look really closely at this six, okay? The swords are not in the boat, which tells me that you're really overthinking this. So stop it right now. No more thinking about it. Take all the thoughts that are holding you back, all the negativity and all of the I can't because, drop those words from your vocabulary. You can and you will, and it's all a matter of choice. So leave whatever's bothering you behind you, put it to rest. I don't care how you do it. A lot of people, what they will do is write it on a piece of paper to clarify and make your thoughts very solid, then burn it and let the ashes scatter to the wind. Try not to set fire to anything except
I
what
like
you're
that.
intending
Except setting, yeah, we don't
now
want to set fire.
the second card I pulled is the Queen of Cups. And that's what has me confused. I don't know if this is you or your mom, but this is a very intuitive person. This is somebody who will start their sentences with I feel instead of I think or any other words. They care. Okay. They deeply care. She's also a bit of a priestess and a poet and a creator, an artist, if you will. You need to start focusing on that. You need to start bringing what you authentically feel into play, not what you've been told to feel, not what you think you should feel, but what you're actually authentically feeling. You need to start bringing that into your moment to moment everyday life. And that's when things are going to take off, because the final card I pull for you, yay, is the Chariot. And as you can see, the thing about the Chariot is any charioteer in the tarot does not have control of the forces. Okay, forces, horses, sphinx, whatever they are, the forces, as it were. So what this person is doing is essentially they've gotten into this groove, and this is what you're going to do as the Queen of Cups. You're going to put yourself into this thing where authenticity is guiding you. And when you get ready, when it gets ready to happen, it's going to happen super fast. It's going to be like somebody just opened the gates and you didn't even know that you were in the race, but you are. And it will get you to where you need to go quickly in comfort and style. So just be aware that there's work that you have to do before all of this goes, and stop overthinking, start feeling more. Okay? All for you.
Awesome. Yes, Mary. I think what you said is great, Pam. I think Mary has issues with letting go and just, going for it, moving forward. I pulled cards too for that, and I got the 8 of Cups with the 10 of Cups. So I think for sure she can make this move. I mean, she's literally moving away and then moving into an idyllic home setting. So it's perfect. And it's the 8 card and the 10. I think this can happen as fast as 8 to 10 weeks, but you got to do what Pamela said. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. It's going to be 8 to 10 months before this happens. Yep. So that's what I'm getting. I think you're at your I did get the 7 of Wands, and it's almost like you're in a battle with yourself. Michelle, do you want to do Dawn's question?
So for Dawn, we have the cross. Go ahead.
Let's read his question, because not everybody heard
Okay.
her or is in chat.
He asked,
Yeah,
will
go ahead.
Chelsea ever open Wait,
Up
will
to me.
Chelsea ever open up to me about the possible of being in a relationship with me? She seems very hesitant. So here's what we have. We have the cross card, which is indicating that there's a lot of burdens or guilt feelings. Maybe you're feeling like there's something going on that shouldn't be going on. But we also have the gamble card. So right now she
Love that
might
card.
be going, I do too. And she might be going through some things right now, and she needs to really focus on herself for a minute. So what you need to do is just don't overburden yourself, okay? Let her take her own gamble, her own risk, and when she is ready, she will either call you or she won't. But right now is her time, and you need to uncarry that burden. You need to let go of the guilt and the burden that you are feeling and just let her do her thing.
Yes. Exactly. Oh, wow. So there was I think it was right after the meditation, Charlotte was saying, what are you're actually ending a sale that quick?
Cheeky.
Yeah. It was it was supposed to just be Memorial Day weekend. And I didn't even launch the sale till Sunday. And it was supposed to be Sunday and Monday. Our next show was Wednesday, so I extended it. And I thought, yeah, well, we'll just run it through the weekend, see what happens. Charlotte says I call them like I see them.
Yeah, well, hopefully I can get a few more people to join before the sale ends.
Yep, because it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one, but we got to get, Memorial Day was already way back Monday, and people have forgotten already at this point.
Yeah.
So, we got to end it tonight at midnight. Yes. Wow, it's 11:44 on my clock. master numbers 11 and 40.
Mm.
Wow. This might be a good time to end the show because we've already done a lot and we answered all the questions too.
And as you can see, this I have my granddaughter Luna. She is my little
Luna
terrorist in training.
in training,
Yep, my
kind of like
granddaughter and
Dan.
Amber. Yeah, I have my two girls. They're my terrorists. I cannot say that. Tarot advisors in training. There we go.
They need the wizard's pets.
They do. They
Yeah.
do.
I'm going through inventory after this weekend. I'm not sure what I've got right now. It's all packed away, but I should have it probably be really cheaper if you guys got them from one of my distributors in the States. But if you want
Yeah.
the books autographed,
Oh
I can't.
yeah.
My arms are not that long.
Right. Yeah, we want an autographed book.
And the
Absolutely.
Wizard's Pets comes with not just the guidebook and questions to help you through it. Like Bonnie Chauvet wrote 4 questions for each card that you ask yourself to help you better understand the card. And the other thing that's in that little kit, it looks like this, is it's got a coloring book.
That's right.
And I highly recommend you photocopy the pictures because the papers are real gloss and it's hard to color, and they're front and back in the coloring book. So
Oh,
if you photocopy them, you can have like as
and
many
then
as you want,
and then they
and
won't bleed
everybody
through.
gets to color. And they're
Yes.
based on the Rider-Waite-Smith protocol. So if you know anything about that, you can pick that deck up and read it. I had one of my Renta kids, she started with this deck about 10 years ago. And she's 23 now. So I mean, she really, really got into it and worked with it. And she came by my office one day, or her mom came by my office one day and said, yeah, she said, she's just going great gun. She says, but it's almost like she's repeating herself. She needs more now. And so I gave her actually a copy of the second edition of the Steel Wizard because I figured if she's already known that's familiar with the cards, then she can read with these. She took off and she's reading like a pro within an hour.
Wow.
I am so proud of that kid, but she did the coloring, she took it upon herself to learn tarot. If she got
Nice.
stuck, she'd call or text me or something, but yeah. So this is a very good starter deck for kids, or it's a deck if you're gonna go to a dress club or a book or read for kids at a fair, you want to use that deck. It's got no naked people and it has no violence per se, like the Ten of Swords,
Right.
the Scarecrow. Everybody that sees the death card goes, "Oh, that's so cute." Yeah, I know, it's adorable. Um, So I mean, it's really it's a user-friendly, super user-friendly deck for the whole family. Okay.
Awesome. Yes. Yes, that's going to be helpful.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Huh.
Yep. Yep.
You want a book with a coloring book in it? A deck? A tarot deck? Yeah. She
Cool.
said, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're poker-sized cards. They're little bitty,
Oh,
Oh, the easy for kids to shuffle
tiny. Yeah.
and some of us adults.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, instead of doing this all over the table, I do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. So now don't forget our next show will be this coming Wednesday, June 4th, but we're taking that weekend off after 7th and 8th. We need a break. I've got a meeting. Pamela has a show on Sunday. You have a not
Saturday, Sunday
an event on Saturday and Sunday.
event.
So yeah, we're taking that off. And then the next show after the 4th, Wednesday the 4th, will be Wednesday the 11th. So who knows? I may just pop on, do some impromptu shows. I know you guys are going to miss us. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
so I may just pop on here and hang out.
And I'll
Coach
be
Shock,
putting some videos up.
Dr. Rose, Coach Shakti says, I'm getting out my crayons.
You and me both.
Charlotte says, you had me at coloring. So again, Wednesday the 4th, Wednesday the 11th, and then Saturday the 14th will be Michelle's show. And we'll be talking about meditation. And then that Sunday is going to be the fun show. And Pamela suggested the topic. She's got some great stories, right, Pam?
Well, one or two.
So anybody else who's got some great stories, if you're one of our staff members, hosts, previous hosts, or if you're one of our members, you also can join us on these Zooms. So on Sunday the 15th, mark your calendar. If you've got some great stories about readings you've done, funny, crazy, wild things that have happened with clients, and join us on that show. You know, we should ask Ellie and Charlotte and who was I mentioning earlier? Dr. Rose, Corby. I bet Corby's got
Yeah,
great.
Corby.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, we should see if Corby can join us. She's probably got some great stories.
Oh, I bet.
Yep. All righty. So we're going to get out of here early, folks. Charlotte says, I miss Ellie. I miss Ellie too. We got to get her back. You guys got to message her.
I know. We miss
PM
her so much.
PM her and ask her if she wants to join us on some of the weekend shows or something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, you want to show a card?
She's showing a card.
Go ahead. Gotta put it up really high. She has the cloud card.
Ooh, what's that
So
about?
say that means don't misunderstand things. Look at things clearly, right? Yeah.
I like that. I had the moon vibes when you showed that card.
I love this card. It needs the moon right in there.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Well,
Amber.
I hope you guys had fun with the visualization. Hope it wasn't too short. It's just a short one because
That was awesome.
You're just going in and getting what you need and coming right back out again. Yeah. And but it's a fun little trip. I like it. I do that one quite frequently actually. And sometimes, like I said, I don't really get the answer till I dream, or like a couple of days later it just pops in my consciousness like, oh, where'd that come from? You know? It's like a surprise. Yep.
Yes.
So we'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Have a great weekend, the rest of your weekend.
Yep.